Alright, so in this project we are going to be creating a folding table base out of fence pickets. If you've watched our design and layout video, that will kind of give you a process that we use to design this. So our first step is to rip these fence pickets down to 2 3/4 wide. And we're going to need 6 of them if my calculations are correct. Alright, so we took our pickets and we ripped them to 2 3/4 inches wide. And what we're needing is 4 pieces that are 41 3/4. And then we need a total of 12 pieces that are 18 1/4. And you can get 3 18 1/4 pieces out of 1 length of picket. So what that means is we're going to need 4 pickets. Each one of these stacks represents 1 picket to cut our 18 1/4 pieces. And then we're going to need 2 pickets for the 41 3/4. So that's a total of 6 pickets, and each picket's $2.20. So you're looking at, roughly $15 worth of material for the table base, if all goes according to plan. Now it's just a matter of putting these pieces together. And so what I'll do is I'll put one together, and then we'll come back and talk some more dimensions of exactly how I put that all together. Now let's talk about what we're going to be using to put it together. We're going to be using a little bit of wood glue at each joint, and then we're going to need some 1-inch staples, and I'm using my Ryobi cordless narrow crown stapler. So we're going to need some 1-inch staples, and then at each joint I'll probably put in 2 screws of these 1-inch screws. I like these pretty well. They work really well for this project. So at any rate, I'm going to go ahead and put one together in its entirety, and then, like I said, I'll come back and we'll talk about the dimensions and how all the boards have to go. And the assembly that we're making 2 of them exactly the same. But when we put this together, the 2 pieces together, they will not come apart once they're together. And there is a special way that the second assembly has to be put in with the first assembly and then assembled. It's very complicated. Sounds confusing when I'm describing it, but it's actually real simple. But I'm going to walk you through that process. So let me get one frame made. We'll come back, talk dimensions. Okay, so this is our completed frame. 41 3/4, 18 1/4 for the rest of the pieces. 3 pieces go on one side of our, what I'm calling our leg piece. 3 pieces go on the other side. So on these 3 pieces, it comes 11 1/4. Now that 11 1/4 is from here, to this side, 11 1/4. And then from here to this side is the 20 5/8. Now on the other side, it's slightly different. It's from here to this side, and it is 10 7/8. And then from here to this side, it's 19 7/8. So those are the dimensions, and just be mindful of what side that dimension is to. All right, and now what we're going to do is we're going to build the other side, but we have to do it in a very specific way. So let me get it all set up for us, and then we'll come back and we'll put it together and show you exactly what to do. All right, so this is going to be a very brief basket weaving class. So what we're going to do is we'll take that other leg piece, and it's got to go on top of these, but under these. And we do that on both sides. Okay, and then all we're going to do is line up our cross pieces on both sides, just like basically mirror. That's actually not one of our pieces. Mirror the other side. And we're going to do that on both sides. Then we flip it over and attach the others. And that's really all there is going to be to it. So we're going to go ahead and get that done, and then we'll have our completed frame. And then the final step would be to put in your screws. I would probably put the screws in opposite of our staples. So at any rate, that's kind of what we're going to do, and then we'll show you the finished product. All right, guys, this is your finished piece. And like I said, I've never seen this just demonstrated before, but it really, first of all, it's visually appealing. It looks really nice. This is just a piece of plywood that I had laying about. So it makes for an excellent tabletop. And what my plan was, is just kind of use it as a portable workstation. So just throw the old miter saw up there and get to work. And for what I would call light duty, I think it would make an excellent table. It's plenty sturdy front to back. It was one of my concerns with the base only being 18.25. Now granted, we are on cement, but even on flat ground, I think it would be just as sturdy. And when you push down on it, there's not a lot of deflection. Now you see here, you can probably see there is a little bit of deflection there. When you're pushing out like that, it does kind of wiggle a little bit. One of the things that I'm interested to find out is if we made the same frame in rebar, if you would have that deflection like you do here or not. But for the purpose of the table, I think it's absolutely perfect. Does everything I need it to do. It folds up flat, small, tiny. You can put it in your back pocket. So on all those points, and it works just fine for my cordless miter saw. Weight-wise, that's what I was looking for it to do. But I needed that portability. I can just throw it in the van, and it won't take up much room. But also, like if you were at a campsite or at a flea market or something, then it would work perfectly for that type of work too. And the other thing I was thinking about is down here where the X is, you could lay in a couple of additional boards and have some display, like if you're gonna set up at a craft show or something like that. You could throw a couple boards in there and have some ivy coming out, just to kind of dress it up a little bit and make it look, really sharp that way. It just makes for a nice, appealing design. So that's it on this one. So I hope you like it.